What is happening, gang? It's your boy Techneex, and we are back with more Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Of course, today we have none other, and it is crazy to say this because I cannot believe that we are actually having this guy being announced and released. Oh man, we have GUILE ICHIMARU, and I feel like this was a perfect reveal trailer in this regards. I feel like they're following the foot guide and the guidelines that I mentioned earlier, where they're just showing part 1s and part 2s in the first half of Bleach, or the first portion of Bleach, and then they're going to lead us directly into the meat and sauce, which is going to be the Arrancar and all them other particular characters there in the near future. Honestly, I also think that this game is coming in with one of the words that I barely use for anime arena or 3D open arena fighters: balance. This game may be one of the balanced open arena games, and I am so happy for it. Like, when I say so happy, I mean I am stupid ecstatic that we may end up finally getting anime game that they're solely focused on making it be a staple, even part of the fighting game community, perhaps, if it is that good. But let's not hold our breaths until the game comes out and we test it ourselves. Let's go ahead and give GUILE the stage so he can show off his moves, show us what he got, of course, and how they are incorporating him into this legendary anime game. So without further ado, hit the sub, hit the like, hit the share, continue coming through here on the Techneex FGC, and we are about to take off. GUILE, let's get it. Let's go! Alright, here we go.
Come on.
Give me the first experience. Okay.
Come on, let's go.
Subreddt strike. Shinzo. It causes stagger. Uruzoki. So back and forth to catch them off guard. Okay, so that's a counter.
How about this?
Oh, you could do a follow-up? Holy shit. Okay, no. He's a counter specialist. Basically, he's a long-range counter specialist. But when he activates his ultimate move, yeah, he's a he's a long-range counter specialist. Yeah, he's a long-range counter specialist. See, I say strong to medium combat, but I honestly think he's a long-range counter specialist because, yes, his movesets are at the mid-range as far as when he swings a sword based off the extension of the sword. But I think that there's more to it. And we're going to watch it one more time. Watch it one more time, and then we'll break it down.
Come on, try me. Come on, let's go.
Here we go. Okay, that right there's a counter attack, like I said. Okay.
How about this?
It stands for follow-up attack. And then you could catch him again, and from there, if you could do a dash, you could literally dash or move forward and catch them from when they're falling from the sky. Kill Kamishi no Miyari. Ah! So his attack patterns don't really change, but you can cause excessive damage, and then your attacks your attack reach is that much longer. Interesting. Let's break it down now, completely break it down in slow-mo, of course, to see exactly what we're getting from here. That's very interesting. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and break this down really quickly. I could already tell you exactly what he's going to be playing like, and we already knew coming in that this is exactly how GUILE would play if he were to join the staff and the characters. But to what extent? And I think that they did it right. So he has a lot of tools that can be used, and I won't say that he's going to be one of the strongest characters in this game. I highly doubt it, only because his attack patterns are very straightforward, and once you get it down, you more than likely are going to be able to deal with him a little bit easier as time goes along. So here we have the patterns. Captain of Squad 3, of course, with the fastest sound Pakto. Swallows Ichimaru opponent with a single blow hidden in a blade mallet. It's a lot of talk, a lot of mumbo jumbo. Basically, the sword extends. A lot of mumbo jumbo to tell you that the sword extends and that it can basically kill you or whatever from far away. So this right here is essentially the same setup as the move that we saw before in his combo setup. The Serpent Strike is a stagger long strike. So when you use the Serpent Strike, as you saw the character in the back side, the sword itself came back already, and the character over there was still in stagger, which means that you have plus frames in order to be able to go ahead and deal and provide additional damage in that instance. So if you use the technique at a closer range, you can either just jump forward or move forward and start the attack. More than likely there is a dash system in the game, so you're going to probably be able to dash forward and then go ahead and start up your combo if you catch him with the Serpent Strike. Now I'm rewinding. I'm rewinding only because of the simple fact that I want to make sure that you guys understand that there's more to it. You can charge the Serpent Strike, and the longer you charge it, the further it goes. This is very akin to, and I'm gonna pause the video in the background now. This is very akin to the Sonic Boom in Street Fighter. That is right. It is very akin to the Sonic Boom in Street Fighter. If you do the regular Sonic Boom, you can control the speeds, you can control, so on and so forth. In a 2D space, you're not going to control the distance per se, but you'll be able to control the speed of the Sonic Booms. If you do an EX Sonic Boom, it does multiple hits. If you do the perfect Sonic Boom, it causes more damage, meaning strength. The character himself is designed to keep people at bay and stagger people at bay in order for you to be able to jump in and deal damage. So that's how the Serpent Strike works. It works very similar to the Sonic Boom. The longer you hold it, the longer you hold it, the longer the sword reaches. In a 3D space, it makes perfect sense, because if there is a certain distance, then the opponent can technically go ahead and play at that distance, launching super attacks, which can be annoying. So to avoid all that, there will be moves that counter long range attacks and get you up close and personal, counters that are going to go ahead and hit you from far away, moves like the Serpent Strike, which if the opponent is waiting on you, you can dodge and hold it and use it across the screen as well. There's just a lot that can be done with that, and it's a good balancer of the characters that could possibly just sit around and wait for you from across the screen. Now here we have Orozuki. Orozuki, as you guys can see here, is a counter move. So when you use Orozuki, if the opponent slashes you with your back given, turn to them, obviously you turn around and you use the Zanpakuto in order to go ahead and stretch it. It hits them, it causes stagger, and then with that being said, now the cool thing about it is that when you hit an opponent with this counter attack, it also gives Gin a buff to his sword strikes, at least for a certain amount of time period. So there's that to look forward to, which means that a lot of people who will play with Gin will try to set you up, by baiting you to do multiple attacks and multiple things, and then when the time is right, they'll go ahead and do a delayed tech, hit you with the counter, force you to hit them, causing this an enhanced attack, and then they could go into their level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever it is that they got in their pocket. Really cool setup, honestly. Really cool setup. The next move that we have here is Shinzo Suizen. Now, this is essentially the flash kick version of this game. So I want to put him and place him as what I will consider the Guile of this game. And a lot of people will say, well, why don't you consider him the Dhalsim of this game, since his arms, quote unquote, his blade stretches and things like that. And it's because in order for you to be, quote unquote, Dhalsim in this game, you would have to also have a fireball attack. the only person so far that I've seen that has the range extension and then has fireball attacks, quote unquote, keto attacks and things like that to keep you at bay is Byakuya. Byakuya has fireball attacks that keep you at bay, stun attacks that keep you at bay at a distance, and at the same time he also has his Bankai release, his Shikai release, which all it does is continue to extend his range and his AoE attacks. That's the major difference between this guy who plays like a Guile, where he has reach and zone control, and then if he needs to get more, he can do AoE attacks kind of thing. But at the same time, he doesn't have he doesn't have that ultimate fireball control where it's like Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire, Yoga whatever, and all that stuff. Like, that's what Gin is missing, where Byakuya has those attacks in his setups, if it makes sense. You can't do it one-to-one, but that's where the comparison lies, and that's why I say that this guy is more keen to a 3D space Guile, because this AoE attack works like the flash kick, where it covers a wider range of attack, including if you are rushing the opponent. So if the opponent is rushing you from across the screen, it's going to be plus frames. It's not going to be like a DP per se, but it's going to give you plus frames where even if they're in the middle of an attack, your attack will come out first and hit them and push them back. It's a really cool concept of that being placed into this, and I'm hoping that that is the case versus, you know, me talking all this shit and then it turning into it just being, you know, not quite the case or something, or they just changing him up somehow, some way with his patterns down the road. So this does have a follow-up attack, which after the follow-up attack, it does allow you to go ahead and extend your combo. If you jump, dash, whatever you want to do. Now, here we have his awakening mode, of course. Kamishi Yonari, it changes the attack range, right? And it keeps the opponent at bay. So now you become essentially Super Guile at this point. You can continue using these kind of attacks to keep characters at a distance, but at the same time, you more than likely have attacks that actually chip away damage at your opponent, like the Sonic Boom, when an opponent is either burnt out, or in older Street Fighters where they're just blocking the multiple incoming Sonic Booms. I'm hoping that this I think that makes sense, and I'm hoping that this breakdown essentially clears up how Gin ICHIMARU will be playing in this game. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on him. I don't think he's going to be one of my top favorite characters in the game, but I will use him in the sense of being able to, you know, check out the characters and see what his metal is, and of course be able to make him and put him in his own tier once I make my own tier list. If you guys did enjoy this content though, and you guys love the Bleach Rebirth of Souls breakdown, gameplay animation and all that, y'all already know what to do. Show some love, hit the follow, hit the like, hit the share, continue to come through here on the channel for more Techneex action and more Bleach action, because we have more gameplay trailers, and of course the $400 tournament that we have here, the Soul Society Cup, on day 1 of Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Talk to me and I will add you to the game tournament. Love y'all, thank y'all for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.